Now a give running right. It's Cook. Skirts by him at the 35. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
They run it again with Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Second and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. They'll try the middle with Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing
open man. He finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Bears are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get the... So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good. Throwing to start the drive. Cash. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's more. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Looking to throw. Cash. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Cash. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Got a man. It's Tunyon. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
Every other season of Bosa's 7-year career had injuries cost him time. Stayed true to that last year, only 5 games played. Good news, he has rebounded with double-digit sacks in a Pro Bowl season each year following those injuries.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Always, hey, listen, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if he uncorks a wild one and now you still have an opportunity? That's why they like to use them all the way through.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the bootleg. Cash. Well, there's Tunyon. What a catch. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Chicago, they climbed to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.
Today, from the Superdome in New Orleans, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback. The drive will start with an option going left. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way. Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
He's got a man that's caught left sideline. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That's good for 28 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. The quick slant caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
Touchdown! Cole Kmet with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Bears get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Cash.
This one complete to Tunyon underneath.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake. Cash.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 1st down, Cash. And again, back to Kmet. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Cash. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on first down. Cash.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Cash. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Cash.
Pass taken in by Komet.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now this throw caught left side and inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Cash.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. Cash. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. Throwing to start the drive. Cash. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. A good pickup there, 26 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0, our score. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's more. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up second down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Back to throw. Cash. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
That is incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
On 1st and 10, Cash. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And that's going to be incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Touchdown, Chicago.
Darnell Mooney.
37 yards.
And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He already with a couple of touchdown throws in this first half as his guys start 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Cash. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
But he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. Jamison Crowder, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, we head up to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. The Chiefs locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Tutu Atwell, a touchdown reception.
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Cash. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Cash.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Back to throw. Cash. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
We've always got to remember that once the ball's in the air,
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
And even with the missed field goal that we just saw, they still have to try and erase a 2-score 4th-quarter deficit.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
To throw on 3rd down. Cash. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
They go play action here on 1st down.
And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got a lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
A gain there of 21 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Flush to his right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Looking to throw. Cash.
That pass complete to Moore. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Throwing to start the drive. Cash. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Off play action. Cash. Throwing left side, it's complete. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
And that flag accepted.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Off the play fake. Cash. He's got it. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Bears, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.
tonight, from Soldier Field in Chicago.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Now a late signee let go by Minnesota in June. It's Dalvin Cook.
Really an excellent run, sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
The Butte, and now off to the races down the right side. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. He's going to get this one down to Cook.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
3rd and 8.
Operating from the gun. Cash. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing it.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
But ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because
there he goes right side.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards.
Another milestone falling on that last throw in what has been an MVP-type season so far, as he has now gone over 4,000 yards passing already on the year.
And it's been a whole lot of fun to watch as he's put together this type of a season. And to me, you have to figure, with so many games remaining,
open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago.
A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Bears are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play...
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Off play action. Cash. High throw, but the catch is made. And he's going to be brought down right there at the 23-yard line. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a 1st down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
The Bears at 7-2 here on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
To throw on second down. Cash.
He'll go right back to Tunyon.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
On 1st down, Cash. And his throw is incomplete. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation. That's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away.
The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. And Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. Brings it just past the 15. Able to avoid the initial contact, but not much more there on the play. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. A throw over the middle taken in and up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Throwing on first down. Cash. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
And incomplete on the deep ball. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And that is incomplete. Boy, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. On 1st and 10, Cash.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet.
And he's got this down to the 35. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down to our
past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
They'll have very good starting field position here.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Shrugs him off.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Cash. Hard throw. Incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Kari Blasingame,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Bears take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this third quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now a throw here, hauled in. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Cash. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Back to throw. Cash.
Looking for Tunyon on the crosser, and he's got it complete.
And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
Darnell Mooney.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Back to the air on second down. Cash. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor, and it's a first down. Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Moore. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down. Handoff comes to Cook. Fighting through. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait, because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.